the truth of the matter is that having a tax bill is extremely common. Like,
It is.
so common that the very people that you might be talking on the phone with also might also have a tax bill.
Welcome back to another episode of Financial Fraud Fridays. This is our recurring conversation Karina and I have. We like to discuss the stories of fraud and tax topics in the news. And this is our, open session, open forum, and we invite you to listen in, join us, disagree, agree, and add comments. Okay, so we do this every other Friday. And we encourage you to join us and comment, subscribe, all that good, all the good things and all the good stuff. So I'm going to let Karina hit us with the our disclaimer before we get started.
Yes, and I'm just to introduce myself as well. My name is Karina O'Connor, the owner and founder of Cake Financial, where we help six-figure solopreneurs with IRS and tax problems resolve those problems so they can run their business with confidence. Services include a tax bill that you cannot pay in full, as well as any back taxes that you have not filed within the last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 years. Indicate your introduction right before we get to the
Oh, yes. Well, for those of you who are not familiar with me, my name is Nikkei Togba. I'm the owner of Togba and Associates in the Atlanta, Georgia area. We are a tax planning and advisory firm focused on professionals and entrepreneurs. If you are in need of assistance or would like to work with us, feel free to schedule a consultation by visiting togba@associates.com.
All right. So the disclaimer. This episode is for educational and informational purposes only. This is
Mhm.
not legal, tax, or financial advice. All information discussed comes from public court filings, news reports, and press releases. Everyone is presumed innocent until proven guilty in court. While we are tax
Or
professionals,
until Nikkei has
that's
decided
funny.
that
While we are professionals, we are not your tax professionals, but we can be. Book a link in the bio or in the description.
that
Thank
is,
you.
yes.
Nikki, let's what are we getting into?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So you guys, this is a good one. We pulled this one from CPA Practice Advisor. Now, unless you're in that world, you'd never see this, but I think I've seen like some posts on Instagram here and there. But anyway, that's probably because we follow financial advice and all that good stuff. But anyway, this one is taken from CPA Practice Advisor. It is dated April 15th, 2025. So it's last year around tax time and is titled Here's how many millions of IRS workers owe in back taxes. So you can see where we're going, okay? Okay, so it reads the New York Post reported that Senator Joni Ernst, a Republican senator in Iowa, had proposed at the time legislation aimed at ensuring that IRS workers are up to date with their taxes. She calls it the Audit the IRS Act. It requires the agency to probe its workers each year and to fire every agent who does not pay their tax bills. The law would also restrict the IRS from hiring agents with unpaid tax bills. This law comes in response to a July 2024 watchdog report that found that current and former IRS workers owed 46 million plus worth of taxes. The report said that about 5% of IRS employees and contractors weren't fully caught up on their personal tax obligations. So we, Karina,
Yes.
listen, and so we're bringing this, and I'm reading this story, and we're bringing this to the forefront because we've experienced and we've seen, we've experienced what's the word? The anguish
Oh,
that
yes. The
most tax,
shame, the embarrassment that
Mhm,
people feel.
that most people feel, yeah, knowing that they owe taxes. And I'm gonna crack a joke. I'm just gonna say, why you feel shame? You could be on the phone with an agent. Somebody's mailing you a letter and they owe taxes
They
too.
owe too.
That's how common it is. But anyway, thoughts, Karina. thoughts.
Yeah, like my thoughts are there's a not a battle. A battle is not the word because based on what you just read of like trying to fire those people, I think there should be a window to let them get current before we start firing. So there's never, at least for me, I'm never like, let me take this person's job away, like like right
Right.
away, just because just because I think there should be like policies and procedures before it gets to that point. And I would also liken to or to understand that a lot of the people who are in the IRS, they have different roles and they may not know everything. I was literally just on the phone, as you know, like I was on the phone for hours with the IRS. I had to talk to two different departments for basically the same client because
Mm,
one part of their client, one part of the client, Lord. One part is individual while the other one is business. Even though it's a single member LLC, the department for individual is telling me, oh yeah, we don't do that. We can only do individual things.
yeah,
We can
okay.
only give you transcripts and whatever for individuals. We cannot do it for business.
Okay.
Having to call the business section for them to then give me the business, like you get what I'm saying? So
So what's your argument that because they don't know everything that you shouldn't hold like I mean and I agree with you, but for a different reason, but is your argument that because they don't know everything they shouldn't be held to this such a strict standard?
no, that's not what
Okay.
I'm saying.
Okay, okay.
They still need to do their obligations. I'm not saying that. Like
Okay. I meant the
if
firing part when I say
it's the
strict. Yeah.
firing part. It's the
Yeah.
firing part because that's the part that I'm like, okay, before we get to firing,
Hmm.
like, did we actually like, give them a grace period to get up to date and
Yeah.
then and if they've reached that grace period and it hasn't been done, they need to go.
Yeah.
Because even us with like I think with the certification, I have to say that I am up to date on my taxes. I have to file on my taxes on time, as well as making sure that my balances are paid or I am in a payment plan, an
Okay.
IRS like sanctioned payment plan to make sure that I don't lose my certification. But there's also like a grace period there as well.
Right.
So I'm just saying they should be allotted the same grace period before you gonna get fired. That kind of thing is what I mean.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. And I agree with you. And here's my thing, honestly. Chill, chill, everybody. Everybody has owed them or owes them. Come on now, give me a break. Like, seriously, you're seriously just gonna be like, oh, fire everybody.
Fire. Yeah,
Honey, there
exactly.
will
I'm
be
not with
nobody
that.
working. There'll be six people there.
I'm not with that. I'm
There's
not
six people answering the phone.
with
There are
allow
they?
and this like the IRS employees, they are taxpayers first.
Right.
So
It doesn't- But you know what? It's funny that we're saying that because heck, apparently nobody agrees with her. because because per congress.gov, the last action on it occurred July 29th of 2024. So even before this story came out,
no,
there's
just
been nothing. So it went to the finance committee and it's just I guess it died, you know. Um I guess it died because there's been no other action. When I looked, there's no other action. So
That's funny.
apparently, folks do not agree with, and she's still in office.
Mm-hmm.
So if that was the last action, she has not pushed it,
Either.
nor have I heard any mention of it. So she's
Me
not
neither.
pushing it either. So she must know that. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Come on now. You know how many people, I mean, anything can get you. It just I don't even know what. Maybe she was just going for something. I don't know.
I
You
don't
know how
know. It's
sometimes
a
you be
real good
salacious.
thought of like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, the fire is a little bit of a stretch. Not to say obligation should be done. Like, but like that's the first option is to is to fire them. Like, no, let them come up and make sure that they're current. They should be following the laws that they're over here implementing to other people, especially the ones that are on the phone and talking. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
I bet you it's one of the ones that gets on the phone. You know how sometimes you call and they act like the IRS is they are the IRS.
Yeah, yeah,
You
right.
like, why are you giving me such a hard time? What
I'm
is
like,
wrong
what?
with you?
You have
Who
stick
hurt you?
right. Oh my gosh, some of them are so mean. Some of them are so mean. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I didn't even did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed every day? It's like some of them are really mean. But then
Hmm.
there's like a balance of like the really like
That's
some of them are
true.
so kind where
That's
you're
true.
literally like you're on there and they have all the patience in the world and they're you know what I'm saying? And some of them are like, oh no, we don't do that. And I'm like,
Meanwhile, they're the ones that owe money. And they got the nerve, they mad too. I'm
yeah,
like, Lord, do you
they
not
probably
feel the pain?
maybe that's it. They mad too because it's like, look, if I gotta pay you,
You gotta pay. You gotta pay. If I gotta owe, you gotta owe. But
yeah,
but to bring this back, to the audience, I mean, that's how common it is.
right,
I think that that's the point. That the people, the very said same people that are sending you these letters and that are on the phone and that are saying to you, oh, well, I'm gonna direct you. The said same people probably owe to,
right,
you know, and probably owe money too. So that's how common it is. And so maybe that can bring some sense of understanding,
yeah,
a little
commonality or like what's the
something,
good
yeah,
word?
that
Yeah,
kind of puts a
a
little piece
solace.
to softens the blow a little bit that, hey, look, I am not the only one that experiences this. I could
Mhm.
very well be talking to someone. Heck, sometimes you guys,
It's true.
let's just keep it a whole 100. Let's keep it a whole 1,000. Sometimes the very tax professional that is preparing your taxes owes and is on a payment plan. Because
Yeah.
sometimes, we just went off. We had a good year. It was fantastic. And I didn't pay them enough in estimated taxes. I didn't
Yeah.
give them enough. I didn't know I was going to make that much. I didn't know I was going to be boiling out of control like that. I was like, oh, snap. Okay.
A good problem to have, but a problem, you know what
But
I'm saying?
but
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 nonetheless,
it happens, right? Sometimes you're good, your lawyers. Think about lawyers who make money by case. Don't know
mhm.
when a case is going to close. That case might have been going on for 6 years. Now all of a sudden it's 2026 and that $2 million case is closed and they got $2 million and they like, oh crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
Common.
they didn't prepare. Maybe they don't have someone who would have directed them. So it happens. And I'm just giving examples of how it can happen.
Right.
Sometimes you just end up in this wonderful situation with this beautiful problem to have that you're swimming in funds. It's just,
Yeah.
it's wonderful. But you also have, okay, what they say, more money, more problems. I don't
More money,
agree with
more
that
problem. That
statement.
is
I
what they
don't, I
say.
don't agree with that statement. But it happens, and this is one of the ways.
It is. It's like, for this story, I think it's helpful. They have the saying, tell the truth, shame the devil. Like we're telling the truth on it. The truth of the matter is that having a tax bill is extremely common. Like
It is.
so common that the very people that you might be talking on the phone with also might also have a tax bill. And hopefully they are on a payment plan or something to get them, back to where they need to be.
But you know what? I apologize. My apologies. Go ahead, because I'm interrupting.
Yeah, this is
Go
our
ahead.
goal for you too, is to make sure that you can, okay, you have a tax bill, now what? You don't let that sleep. Don't let that lie there. The IRS is sending you the letters for a reason, not for you to, not for you to, not for you to like, oh,
Let me
is
put
it
this.
cool? I'm not doing no, no, no. That's
Just
not
lay
how
it out.
that works. Don't play that. I will not suggest you play that Russian roulette game.
Yeah.
But it's to just tell you like there's nothing to be ashamed about. Now
Yeah.
that you've acknowledged that you have a tax bill, cool, great. Now what? It's time to kick into action. Do something about it. Get into a payment plan if you can. If you need professional help, now it's time for you to go ahead and ask for professional help. What were
Yeah.
you going to say, Nikkei, before?
Oh no, I was gonna say that it even but think about, I mean, human nature, right? We're saying that a lot of these agents have bills. Think about it. They're pushing some of these agents, the said same agents that are answering the phone are also doing the same thing and have those same fears of taking the bill and pushing it. Some of them are on payment arrangements. And remember, because some of the articles stated that they were having to be forced into paying,
Yeah,
into arrangements, into settling the debts. So that tells you they were kicking the can down the road too. So it's human. These are just, it's a human, it's a, well, I don't want to say it's a human response because, that'll take me into a whole nother thing about taxes. But what I'm gonna say is it's a common
it
response.
is.
You hear it all the time. That's what I'll say.
You do. You do. You do. And it's not to say it's not a big deal, but like it's something that happened, something that occurred. Because like especially, we were talking about the upside of like, oh, you making money and stuff like that. Sometimes it's the simple fact of you're not necessarily making as much as you used to.
Oh,
When you were making money, you had that tax bill, and now you're not making what you used to.
oh, that's another
Happen.
one.
That's also common.
That's another one.
Like, and even within the IRS, like last year, they laid off and furloughed lots of people,
That's true.
multiple thousands of people. So
That's
if they
true.
were if they had a tax bill, at least I'm praying and hoping that they were at least in a department where they know that they can get a payment plan, even if they're not making as much money anymore. Maybe they can get a partial payment, or maybe they can get a payment pause just until you get back up on your feet. Sometimes you owe the bill because you got to go ahead and take out some of that 401k and you're not 59 and a half.
That's true. That's true.
You
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying? Like these things, life happens.
Or here's the other one, right? You have healthcare on the marketplace.
Yes, that's a very common one.
And that premium, you got to pay back part of that premium tax
Because you
credit.
made
You're
more
like,
than
hold
what you
on, wait, what? What
you
you
made
mean I
more
gotta
than
pay
what you
you
told
back?
them. Right.
Why do I have to pay you back? You told me, you know what I mean? And a lot of people don't know that depending on what the income was that you told them, you
Mm,
might have to pay them back.
you might have to
You might
pay
have
them
to
back.
give them back that money and they throw it on your tax bill. They put
Yeah.
it on your tax bill.
Yeah.
So, there are multiple ways to end up in this situation. I guess ultimately what you and I are saying in a group is just don't sit on it.
Don't sit on
Just
it.
don't sit on
Don't sit
it.
on it.
That's
Don't sit.
it. Don't sit on it. It happens, but you don't have to sit on it. Now that's a choice and a decision that you're making that could be, that it's gonna
Costly.
cause you problems down the road. Lord
Yeah.
knows. Just don't sit on it.
It's costly. It's costly to wait. It's costly to wait
That's true. Don't
because
sit on it. And
things are
then,
racking up.
yeah, I mean, there are other things you might want to do, and now this is something that's just sitting
It's
there.
on your head. Yeah. What they say,
Mm-hmm.
like a monkey on your back. Like it's just it's sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let it sit. Don't let it sit. Like
No,
we bringing this conversation to you just to make to let you know how common it is.
that's
Let
it
you know there's no shame. There's no shame in it.
in it. Yeah.
You're not the only one. Literally, you are not the only one. People I've seen as low as a couple of dollars and as high as millions of dollars. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, owed.
Yeah.
It's
They,
common.
oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I'm like, but you got, but, okay. Hey, look, hey, to each his own.
Yeah.
But, but do not sit on it.
Don't sit
And I
on it.
guess that's it. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. It's common. Don't sit on it. Call Karina, call me. And if you have a balance that you need to work out, call Karina, because right now, don't call Karina. Okay. If you're looking to have your taxes filed, or you've been looking to, you can call either one of us. Okay. Either one of us will be happy to help you. Okay.
Right,
But yeah, if you have a bill, call and just don't sit on it.
right,
Um, I even encourage people, listen, just have a consultation, child. Call somebody, pay a little bit of money to talk with somebody for an hour. Let them tell you what to do. Just say, hey, look, I owe a tax balance. I don't want to pay you to do it. I don't. I
of
think I got the wherewithal to do it myself. But could you give me some guidance? All right, cool.
course.
Call me. It's gonna cost you XYZ, but call me. Okay, call me. And we give you here, okay, here's a breakdown. I see what you got. Here's what you should do. Follow
Exactly.
my steps as given. You should be all right.
Simple. You would think,
You
it
have
could
been
all be so
healed.
simple. Go and be free or whatever. But yeah, like it's simple.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you guys. So, if you've got any comments, any thoughts, Karina, anything additional you want to add? Because
Nope.
no. Okay. Because I think we kind of got to the point. Look,
Yeah.
people, don't sit on it. Okay. But you guys, we want to thank you for listening. We asked you to comment. And again, if you are in a situation where you need assistance, please feel free to reach out to either one of us or reach out to someone. It doesn't even have to be us. Just get the weight off your shoulders so that when you close your eyes at night, you can feel a little freer in this good world, okay?
Right.
Um, that is the point. Yeah. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out with us. For those of you who are looking for a tax professional, feel free to visit. There will be a link in the description. You can contact Karina by clicking her link in the description. There will be a link for six tips to choosing your tax professional. So you don't have to choose one of us, but if you are looking for someone to work with, I encourage you to download that and use it as a guide in your decision-making process. So yeah, we will be back here in another 2 weeks. If there's a topic you'd like us to discuss, somebody done stole something in your city, you want us to talk about it, we'd be glad to. Leave that in the comments. Leave a link in the comments too. We'd be glad to talk about it. So thank you guys for hanging out, and we will see you
Bye.
soon. All right. Bye.